Gandhi, Gandhi. Oh, yes, he did. Oh, Gandhi. Oh, Gandhi. Thank you. What's up, y'all? I am running behind today. I'm running so behind today, y'all. I'm just getting home. Had a long day, but I could not let the night pass by without coming and talking to y'all for just a quick second. Thank you. This holiday traffic, man, when I tell y'all Atlanta is toe up from the flow up, do you hear me? Atlanta traffic is so bad. I'm just getting home, and I got off at 5 o'clock. Matter of fact, I left work today at 4. It was actually 4:45 today. And I'm just getting home now. Do y'all know how mad I am? Do y'all know how mad I am? Child, I ain't got time to play with Atlanta. Atlanta is full. Don't move to Atlanta, and we are full. I'm telling y'all right now. Do not move to Atlanta because we are full. I gotta eat on the go. What? This is why America is out of shape now. We gotta eat on the go. Everything gotta be fast food. Oh, okay. Negotiation. Hey, y'all. Y'all, I'm for real. I don't like eating fast food. I be trying to get home and cook, but sometimes it don't work like that. It don't work like that. Good evening. What's up? What's going on? Y'all, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. This just a snack. Hold on now. Wait a minute. This just a snack. This was my in traffic snack. So listen, I ain't even eating what I really want to eat. Hold on now, cause shoot. All right. One thing I can say. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are so sweet to me. Y'all know how y'all just be having to have a little snack. Y'all just like y'all be in the kitchen during Thanksgiving. Y'all be in the kitchen during Thanksgiving eating while you cooking. That's why, listen. Don't listen. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let me tell y'all something. See, my snacks be whole meals, though. That's my problem. Like, I have to eat. I have to eat a whole meal for my snack. So, when I tell you greedy, I am like one of those. I am the definition of greedy. I think if you look up the definition of greedy in the dictionary, my picture is going to be right there next to it because that's how I love to eat. I love food. That's my problem. Listen, I've been saying I'm supposed to be losing weight for the past how many months now? It ain't working. It's just not happening. Listen. All right. I say I be tired of food, but I'm always eating. It's always something in my hand. I kid y'all not. It's okay. It ain't. Let me tell y'all. This ain't where it's at, baby. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm not going to do the testimonial Tuesdays today because I am running late. And I know if I do it, we're going to be here all night. So, I'm going to just postpone it till next week. But until then, I do want to say this to y'all. We have to start learning how to understand that a lot of people... No. Let me say this. Y'all know it's still grown folks out here that's adding people on social media that they don't like in real life. Now, you know, you don't like me. Why are you still adding me on social media? People be so nosy. People be so nosy. You going out your way pressing the add button to add me as a friend on Facebook, Instagram, and you know daggone well you don't like me. Why? Y'all know there's people out there like that. Just nosy. Listen. Just nosy. I'm talking about like, I'm over here eating my chicken, minding my business, and I'm getting friend requests. Why? Why is you all in my biz naive? You hear me? All in my business. But that just goes to show y'all. Hey, Sandy. That just goes to show y'all how important y'all are to people. See, sometimes we doubt ourselves because we feel like we're not important to people. But let me tell y'all something. When people go out of their way, when people go out of their way to watch you, I need for you to understand how popping you really are in real life. See, one thing about it and two things for sure. That when people watch you that don't really like you, they're not doing nothing but being a hindrance to themselves. Because the more you watch me, the more you really getting left behind. So you can watch me all you want to, but guess what? It ain't nothing that you can do, say, or pray to knock me off. See, I think that's why some folks be getting so mad, because they be trying so hard to knock you off your pedestals, to knock you off your game. But baby, listen, it ain't nothing that you can do to knock me off. I be needing for folks to understand, especially females, because it's some females out here that's real iffy sometimes, because they, you know, I ain't never seen a generation of females that hate women so bad. I have never seen a generation of women that hate other women so bad until now. Let me tell y'all something. It's getting bad. It's getting bad, and it's revealing itself day after day after day. Let me tell y'all, it's really bad to the point where I think that a lot of women don't even want to be around other women because they're always in secret competition. And the thing is, they really need, let me tell you something. Women together can build a whole nation and build a whole everything. Businesses, everything. If we just learn how to stick together. But see, we be so busy trying to be in competition with her, Oh, we don't like her because of this. We don't like her because she did this in 2018. Baby, it's 2022. You got to learn how to grow up. At the very end of the day, I think that we miss out on our blessings when we create competition with each other. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Every woman that come across my live, I show them nothing but genuine love, because first of all, it's because of women that the world is going around. It's because of women that children are being birthed onto the earth. It's because of women that all of these things are going on. So I have nothing but love for other women, simply because I know at the very end of the day, together we are more powerful. But when we don't stand together, that's when everything don't go right. And I have understood that about a lot of women that come to me and come talk to me, and we, that's one thing I've understood. Sometimes you gotta watch some women, but all women ain't out to get you. And I think that's why a lot of women be like, I don't like females like that. No, you don't like females like that because you've seen what somebody else went through. You're pushing other females away because of what you seen your homegirl go through, or you seen your cousin go through. They ain't got nothing to do with you. Everybody's story and everybody's narrative is way different. Just because they've been... Come on now. Come on now. Y'all don't make me get into my bag, because y'all know I will. Thank you. Y'all know I will. Sometimes we got to understand that we work better together rather than apart. Because I be needing for a lot of chicks and a lot of females to understand one thing about you. At the very end of the day, if you got a crown and you carry yourself like a queen, can't no other human being take that away from you, period. But the more you go out here and create secret competition with other women, you're not doing nothing but giving them the crown that you got on top of your head. So I need for you to stop transferring your crown to other people's head, creating competition. Because one thing about it, if you in a league of your own, nobody can take you out of that league but yourself. Okay? All right. That's one thing that I had to learn the hard way. I'm sitting up here trying to not like somebody because of what somebody else did to somebody, but really y'all got to learn how to understand. We in a season right now where we can't go off of what they did to somebody else. We can't go off of what somebody did to, you know what I'm saying? We can't go off of that. Start judging people for yourself and you will understand. At the very end of the day, what happened to them did not happen to you. So you cannot hold grudges because you seen somebody else be mean to them or something happen between them. Let grown folks handle their own business and understand. You got to start living for yourself. Because the more you start living in somebody else's shoes, you're going to understand that you're not doing nothing but being a hindrance to yourself, because you're watching them go through what they going through, but you holding the grudges against the person that did it to them. So now you sitting over here mad and it ain't got nothing to do with you. Mind your business. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. I tell people that all the time. Stay in your lane. You won't have to worry about it. We mess it up for ourselves sometimes. We mess it up for ourselves sometimes. I told somebody this the other day. I said, just because you got beef with them don't mean I'm going to have beef with them. And see, we have to get out of that mindset, because a lot of people be like, well, if you hang with somebody I don't like, then that means you don't like me. No, that does not mean that. I am grown, and I feel like at the very end of the day, if I'm real, I don't have to be mean to them just because y'all had y'all own differences. So you're not going to put me in a category with you. Because some folks be doing that too. Well, you hanging out with them, so, you're my enemy too. Well, if you feel like that, then, baby, you go right on ahead. Because at the very end of the day, I'm not about to be sitting around being mad at the world because of what y'all did. All right. I ain't doing it. I'm cool. I'm cool. We have to understand one thing about life. And y'all hear me say this all the time. If you've been on my live before, y'all hear me say it all the time. I say it all the time. Nobody should be in competition with you except for you. You are your own competition. So if you're not living up to your own standards, if you're not living up to anything that you're in competition with, I need for you to understand, you're not doing nothing but creating a fairy tale in your own head, because you're living something that that really don't exist. So therefore, you're not doing nothing but running in circles, and you're running all the way up around the world for no reason. I had to understand that the more I ran around the world and not accomplished nothing, I'm not doing nothing but wasting miles. Let me say that again. I had to learn that the more I ran around the world and I'm not accomplishing anything, I'm not doing nothing but wasting mileage. A lot of y'all got 100,000 miles on your car and you ain't did nothing. You ain't went to not one destination. You just going back and forth. You see, that's the same thing a lot of y'all doing. You're not doing nothing but going back and forth, but you got all these miles on you. So I need for you to understand, if you're going to be driving back and forth, you need to be completing and accomplishing something. At the very end of the day, something got to show for all of that mileage that you got on. Something got to show for all of that, all those miles you done put on. You got to be able to show for that. So I need for y'all to understand, you have to go into a mindset to understand at the very end of the day, I cannot be running back and forth, creating all of this mileage, and I have nothing to show for it. I'm just saying. What if you accomplish a lot at a young age? I have accomplished a lot at a young age. Me. When you accomplish a lot at a young age, that puts you in position for people to hate you even more. Let me tell y'all something. A lot of y'all ain't even at the age to where a lot of people in your life, you have accomplished way more than them and you way younger than them. That's why a lot of people don't like you. I had to understand that a lot of people don't like me because of the age that I have accomplished all of my accomplishments at. Hey, Destiny. Hey, what's up? It's children accomplishments. It depends on it depends on your walk of life. Children can be an accomplishment if you are on that walk of life and you're going down the wrong path before your children gets here. So people got to understand, children ain't a hindrance to some folks. Children sometimes save people's lives. And that's why a lot of people have kids early, because it saved your life. That's why I don't judge people, because you don't know the journey that they was on. You don't know what was happening in their life when they decided to have a child, or you don't know. Sometimes people got to understand at the very end of the day, a child can save someone from going down a path leading to self-destruction. You feel me? I see a lot of young people accomplishing things, being more motivated. You feel me? Being more motivated when they have children. Sometimes that's what it takes for people to get into the groove of life. Because sometimes they be out here lost in the sauce. So it took a child to get them back on track. That's why I say it's important for you to be careful when you judge people. Be careful when you put your mouth on folks, because you never know. You never know. The more you talk about, oh, they 16, 17 having a baby, yeah. Just because it was not you don't mean it's not going to be your child. Just because it was not you does not mean it's not going to be your child. See, you got to be careful with how you talk about people and what you say, because you never know when it's going to trickle down to your kids. Just because you wasn't in a predicament does not mean that. All right. I be telling people all the time. You got to be careful with what you say. Be careful with how you you know what I'm saying, go out here putting your mouth on other folks' kids and putting your mouth on other people. You got to be careful, be safe, because these streets let me tell you something. These streets are serious. And when I mean streets, I mean these spirit streets. It'll come back around, and I'm telling you right now, you're going to be looking crazy. Because people kill me. They be trying to act like they're better than people. They try to act like they're on a higher pedestal than people just because they got something materialistic. Let me tell you something. You can't pay me enough to have anything material if I ain't got my spirit together. My spirit gotta match my material life. My spirit gotta match my lifestyle. So that means you can't, listen, I don't care how much material stuff you got. Where your heart at? Where your spirit at? Where is all that at? See, that's why I be trying to tell people all the time. Be careful with, it's good. You might think a nice car or a nice house is a blessing to you. That's cool. But where your spirit and your heart at? Does your spirit lie with everything that you have accomplished and everything that you're doing? Have you ever asked yourself the question? See, a lot of people don't like to ask themselves the questions because they be so fed and so full from the material things, they forget about what they really living for. You're not living for anything material. You're not. You're not living for anything material. You're just living in it. You're just living in material. So what I mean by that is that car you drive, that house you go to every day, you're living in that material. But your spirit is what you live for. So where your spirit at? I'm to the point now where I had to understand I'm no better than any other human. I'm still human on the inside. That's why I tell people, don't ever come out of your mouth to somebody and say, I'm inspired by you. You're not inspired by nobody. I need for y'all to understand you got to start being more inspired by yourself and understand that at the very end of the day, you can admire someone, but to be inspired by them is something totally different. And I need for people to understand you got to switch gears of this life and start watching what you say and start watching the verbiage that you use, because you don't even realize that the more you use the verbiage that you don't need to use, the more you pulling yourself back from your purpose. See, I didn't understood, and I had to learn that the hard way for myself. I had to learn that I had to stop being so inspired by what I seen on Facebook, what I seen on Instagram, and understand that it was just admirable. That's it. I wasn't inspired by it because at the very end of the day, my journey ain't nothing compared to where they going. So what does that mean to inspire? Being inspired, I feel like that's just a desire to want something that's appealing to your eye. That's the definition for me. And the reason that I say that is because the more I got caught up in it, the more I found myself scrolling through fairy tales. I found myself scrolling through Instagram. I found myself scrolling through Facebook, and I forgot what was really supposed to be inspiring me. I have to inspire myself before I allow things that I see that's appealing to the eye to inspire me. I had to learn that the hard way because I didn't understand that at the very end of the day, that was what was holding me back from my purpose. See, I found my purpose when I cut all of that off. I found my purpose when I cut all of that off. I found my purpose when I stopped scrolling. I found my purpose when I stopped worrying about what was on social media and started to worry about what was going on in my life. See, I was no longer inspired by what I seen. I was inspired by where I was going and what I was living in. See, that's one thing that we have to learn too. You can let something admire you, but inspire you is a strong word. Listen, at the age of 27, you would think that I've had a traumatic life, but I have not. Let me tell y'all something. My life has been nothing but great because I had to study on my own. I had to study the Spirit. I had to study God. I had to study myself. I had to understand that even though everything looked good on the internet, everything looked good on Instagram and Facebook, I had to peel back. I had to peel back from that because I had to understand the assignment over my own life. See, when you get confused and you start to scroll on Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and you're just scrolling all day, you miss out on what's really for you because you're so blinded by what other people are living. See, when you're so blinded by what other people are living, you forget what you are living for. That's why a lot of y'all stay on these schedules. That's why a lot of y'all wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and y'all have a strict schedule every day. You want to know why? Because you're so distracted by all the other things that's on social media and you forgot what you were living for. That's why it's important for you to start breaking away from all the things that you're used to and start stepping outside of the box. When you step outside the box, you will understand that life is way brighter on this side. You are really just living a dull life because you are used to something every day. You're used to that schedule every day. I had to understand that about myself. I was tired of waking up not knowing what I was living for. But I had to stop scrolling. I had to stop scrolling. I had to stop looking at things. And I used to always tell myself, I wish I had that. No, you don't wish you had that, because you don't know the journey that it took them to get there. Sometimes we got to understand that when you don't know the path that people have taken to get to where they're going, that's 9 times out of 10 the best way for you to get steered off track. And that's why a lot of us we get off track, because we miss the signs. A lot of us got to stop looking at other things as inspiration and start being inspired by ourselves. Thank you. I appreciate you. You feel me? It's easy. Like I always tell you, life is easy. People just make it hard. That's it. Life is easy. People just make it hard. And I need for y'all to stop making your life so hard, because I need for you to understand that one thing about it, and 2 things for sure. When it's time for you to go, nothing that you're inspired by is going to get in a casket with you. Let me say that again. One thing about it, and 2 things for sure. Nothing that you're inspired by is going to get in a casket with you. The only thing that's going to be in your casket is yourself. That's why I say yourself is the first priority to your inspiration. That's why it's important for you to stay on track. That's why it's important for you to do everything that make you happy. See, a lot of y'all got to understand, you got to start being happy within yourself and understand you can't put a timeline on what God is going to do in your life. You cannot put a timeline on where you're supposed to be in your life. Who said you were supposed to have all of these things? Who said you were supposed to be doing all of this stuff? You did, because you got inspired by something you seen on Instagram. All right. You said that. God ain't say that. You said that. See, what's so significant about when I go live is I love going live at this time of night, because I catch the people that I need to catch. Listen, a lot of us got to understand one thing about us. That if we don't cherish us first, who's going to be left to cherish us? And I'm not talking about a cherish like your kids, the love that they give you, or the love your spouse give you. I'm talking about the cherish that nobody else understands but you. If you don't cherish you first, who's going to cherish you? In this crazy world that we live in, I need for y'all to understand something. We got to learn how to put us first. We got to learn how to love ourselves the way nobody in this world knows how to love us. It shouldn't be no reason why no other human being know you better than you know yourself. That's scary. It shouldn't be no reason in the world. Why? Why? No human being on this earth should know you the way you, more than you know yourself. I got it now, though. I got it now. Hey, y'all, what's up? I got it now. I understand it now. Let me tell y'all something. When you get into that realm of understanding who you are wholeheartedly, let me tell you something. You're going to wake up a whole new beast. And when you wake up that beast, I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm going to tell you right now. It's going to scare you so bad, because you going to see a beast that you've never seen before. And at the very end of the day, let me say this. I want you to hear me out. Follow me when I say this. When you get scared for the first time, When you finally look at yourself in the mirror and you create and you done woke up a beast, it's going to be nothing that you can do to tame that beast. You want to know why? Because God has been trying to get you in beast mode all along, and you've been running from it. But now that you have tapped into it, it ain't going to be nothing you can do to get away from it this time. So when you finally go look at yourself in the mirror, you're going to be scared. But the only reason you're going to be scared is because you ain't never seen it before. I need for y'all to get ready for what's about to happen in 2023, because it's about to be a whole shift change. A lot of y'all are about to wake up the beast on the inside of you. A lot of y'all are about to come into seasons where you're not even going to need other people to tell you what you're supposed to be doing. You're about to do it yourself. A lot of y'all are about to start coming into your beast mode, because now it's time for you to understand something about yourself in order for you to get to where you're going. A lot of y'all got to start putting yourself up here and stop putting yourself down here for you to understand. I am a beast, because I had to understand the assignment on my own life in order for me to get to where I'm going. Now is the season for you to understand. Your trials and your tribulations are over with. The pain is over with. The struggle is over with. You had to go through that stuff in order for you to wake up the beast. See, and when you wake it up, it ain't gonna be nobody else that can tame it. Not even you. I'm learning that now. I'm learning that right now in this season of my life. Can't nobody tame this beast right here. See, that's why I'm okay with being in beast mode, because I know people that was running me over. I know people that was doing me wrong and throwing salt on my name. I know people that was cheating on me, lying on me. They're not going to come around the beast, because at first I didn't even know what a beast was. So that's why they were okay with being around me, because I was weak. But now that I'm in beast mode, baby, it ain't nothing you can do to take me off my pedestal. It ain't nothing you can do to take me out of this season of my life, because once this ball started rolling, this ball gonna keep on rolling, and I guarantee you're gonna get left behind. Yeah. Listen. This right here, what y'all see right here, it took me a long time to get here, and I'm telling y'all right now, the ball is rolling. And while the ball is rolling, they're still wondering how I'm still rolling, because they were supposed to knock me off. See, a lot of people know when they are assigned to knock you off, and I need for you to understand something. They are going to get a kick out of seeing you down. They're going to get a kick out of seeing you cry. But once that beast is woken up, once the Hulk wake up, baby, it ain't going to be nothing they can do. Nothing they can do to tame it. Listen, a lot of y'all about to start popping y'all collars. A lot of y'all about to start dusting yourselves off. Yeah, you failed 7 times, but when you got up that 8th time, baby, it wasn't nothing they can do about it. It wasn't nothing they can do to knock you back down. Because let me tell you something. You got to have a strength of 100-man army to get me down. And I guarantee y'all, a lot of people that came for you, a lot of people that talked about you, a lot of people that did you wrong, a lot of people that lied on you, cheated on you, did all of that. Let me tell you something. A lot of them don't even have the strength that you have on the inside of yourself. But once you wake it up, it's gonna be over with. See, I'm at that point now, but baby, it's over with. You can hate from outside the club, you can't even get in. You can hate from outside the club, you can't even get in. See, a lot of folks about to go have to buy binoculars. Because you're going to be so high, and they're going to be all the way down here, and they're going to be trying to view you at the top. Let me tell you something. I'm going to be so high up here, the clouds is going to block your view, so you ain't even going to be able to see me. And one thing about it, since you're down here and you try to knock me down there and knock me further down past you, you just don't understand what God is about to do in your life. You got to feel that wrath, not me. So let me tell y'all something. Anybody that did y'all wrong, once you wake up that beast, they got to feel the wrath of God after that. Because that was your breakthrough. You waking up the beast is a breakthrough. So guess what? Everything that you've prayed for on your behalf, they going to have to feel that wrath. I know a couple people feeling it right now. They looking at me like, They looking at me while I'm looking at them. They looking at me while I'm looking at them. They looking for me while I'm not looking for them. Baby, I ain't studying you. I'm not studying you whatsoever, because I had to understand the assignment over my own life. I had to understand that I had to leave. I had to leave a couple things. I had to leave a couple folks. I had to step out of the way of what God was trying to do in their life, because they, listen. I just had to accept it. I accepted it for a reason. Listen, you said look right past them. Baby, you gonna be so high up here, you ain't even gonna see them. That's gonna be the bad part. See, a lot of people that did you wrong, they want all this clout, they want all this recognition. And let me tell you something. You're not getting any recognition once I create my beast and once I wake up my beast. You're not getting no recognition whatsoever. A lot of people want their recognition because everybody want to say they know you, but don't nobody ever want to say how they treated you and how wrong they did you. Everybody want to say they know Akira, but don't nobody want to ever say what they did to me. Don't nobody ever want to say how much pain and how much hurt you done put me through. Don't nobody want to tell the truth about what they did, but everybody want to have the role of knowing you. See, that's one thing about it. When you reach a higher level in your life, everybody want to say, oh, I know them, or I know him, or I know her. Yeah, you just know me. But let me tell you another thing. You don't know me anymore. You knew who I was because I was so stupid with allowing you to get that close to me. But you won't be able to do that ever again. You won't be able to do that ever again. Ever. Ever again. Listen. Ladies, fellas, y'all better drink y'all water and mind y'all business. Because I'm telling y'all, this wrath is coming through, and you better not put yourself in the way of it. This wrath is coming through, and you better turn the other cheek. You better turn the other cheek. I know a lot of y'all still in situations because you feel sorry for them. But let me tell you something. You cannot feel sorry for people that have done you wrong constantly. And then on top of that, you still give them everything that you got. Let me tell you something. You better learn how to turn the other cheek, because when God come and they got to answer to him, baby, don't put yourself in the middle of that. Don't put yourself in the middle of that hurricane, because I'm telling you right now. All right. Y'all know this ain't the first time I done had to say this. When that wrath come through, you better move out the way. Matter of fact, it was a reason why y'all were separated anyway. Friendship, relationship, familyship, whatever. It was a reason why y'all fell out anyway, just in the nick of time. Have y'all ever seen that happen? Y'all done seen the wrath come through before. Y'all done seen it come through before. You just ain't know what it was. You done been broken off, or you done stepped away from a couple people. You done cut a couple people off, and then they all of a sudden lost their job. They all of a sudden went through hell and back. They all of a sudden did. Listen. Let me tell y'all a secret. God moves you out the way so they wouldn't have to lean on you. Because see, once they burnt that bridge with you, they knew they couldn't cross it again. Once you cut them off and they knew that you were really done, they knew they couldn't cross it again. So guess what? That's when God decided to come through with the raft. And that's why they had to go through what they had to go through, because they did his child wrong. See, the one thing about me is that I ain't gonna laugh at your pain. I'm not gonna beat you while you're down. But I'm gonna need for you to understand that once God come through and deal with you, it ain't nothing else that I need to do from that point forward. I had to understand, baby, you are getting dealt with right now, because that's why your life is going the way that it is. See, a lot of y'all, let me put y'all up on game real quick. Because, see, a lot of y'all be like, well, why they not going through nothing? Baby, let me tell you something. Anybody that did you wrong, I want y'all to follow me. Anybody that did you wrong, they're living in their karma every day. That's why they're miserable at their job. That's why they're miserable with how they live. That's why they're miserable with how they, how their finances are. Every time they call you, they're complaining about something because they're living in a miserable life, and that's their karma. I need for y'all to understand something. The only reason why it has not fallen apart yet is because you're still there holding it together. But as soon as you walk away, all of that is going to be knocked over. As soon as you walk away, all of that is going to get knocked over. I'm talking about everything. Some of y'all got to learn how to stop being a super glue to problems that ain't even yours. Stop being super glue to people that don't really love you and don't really appreciate you holding them together. Sometimes you got to walk away for them to fall apart. Sometimes you got to walk away for them to fall apart. All right? Listen. The only reason God can't come through and handle them is because you standing right there and he ain't trying to hurt you. But as soon as you walk away, all of that is over with. All of that is over with. I'm talking about family, friends, and foes. I'm talking about all of them. As soon as you walk away, all of that is over with. You ain't gonna ever have to worry about that ever again. And I need for people to understand how powerful you are, because first of all, you got to look around at the things that happen around you once you walk away from something that don't mean you well. Look at how it's affected after you walk away. That's how you know you're powerful. That's how you know you were chosen by God. See, that's one thing that I had to teach myself. I said I had to walk away from people for them to feel the wrath of God, but God kept them together because I was standing right there and he didn't want to hurt me. So once I moved out of the way, they got dealt with. A lot of us, I always tell people, listen, I don't never tell people to not care. But what I do tell you to do is remove yourself and care in silence. You can care for somebody all day long, but you don't have to show them 24/7 that you care about them if they're not treating you properly. If they're not loving you properly, stop putting yourself in those positions to get ran over, and you're not even in a position to hold yourself together. A lot of us be trying to hold people together and glue everything back together, and we're already broken in pieces. How you walking around broken with super glue in your hand, and you won't even super glue yourself back together. You so busy trying to put the family together. You so busy trying to put this broken person together that was broken before you even got there. And you walking around with super glue in your hand, and you won't even super glue yourself back together. It don't work like that. Broken cannot heal broken. Let me say that again. Broken cannot heal broken. So I need for you to get yourself together. I need for you to rebuild yourself back up. I need for you to love yourself a little bit more than what you love that person. I need for you to understand that in order for the beast to be awoken, in order for you to find your purpose, you got to understand your own power. You got to understand that at the very end of the day, you are only lost because you're lost in everybody else's life. You're over here and you're really supposed to be over here. Let's focus on you first. This new season of your life, we're going to be focusing on you. This new season of your life, we're going to break free from all things that don't mean us well. See, I had to learn something about one thing. See, I wanted friends so bad, I caught myself being a follower, right? When I caught myself being a follower to friends that didn't call me every time they had something, they never invited me to the functions. See, and y'all got to understand something. When friends don't invite you around, you're really not a friend. And I need for y'all to get that friend word out y'all head. When your friends don't call you and invite you somewhere, you're not their friend, period. If they don't call you, they don't text you, they don't check on you, they don't do none of that, they're not your friend, not even an associate. We have to learn how to stop associating ourselves with people who don't really like us for real, but they just like for us to be around. Let me say that again. We have to stop associating ourselves with people that don't really like us. They just like to have us around. See, I had to learn the hard way that at the very end of the day, I'm not going to beg nobody to hang with them. I'm not going to beg nobody to be my friend. Everybody want to be your friend on social media, but nobody want to be your friend in real life. And that is the most weirdest thing to me. I ain't never met no people in my life that call people friend on social media so much. And you can't call on that damn one of them. You can't call on that damn one of them. Everybody want to be friends on social media, but don't nobody want to be your friend in real life. See, real friends call and check on you. Real friends, y'all get what I'm trying to say. Shoot. Y'all know what real friends is. Y'all better be careful with that friend word. Because I'm telling y'all right now, some of y'all be giving people ammunition for clout, to have clout in your life. Stop giving them that ammunition. They ain't your friend, period. They not your friend. They're not your friend. Real friends show real love, exactly. Like what? Y'all know how many friends I had that then posted trips on Facebook with all their other friends and I ain't getting not one invite? Maybe that was God saving me from something, but that was God saving them too. Because back who I was, I probably would have cussed them out. But you know what? I was like, let me move on from this and let me just cut them off. Let me just unfriend you because you're not my real friend. I don't like people to be leeches. See, sometimes we be allowing people to be leeches on us and we don't even understand. We get sucked dry so much. You feel me? We get sucked dry so much that we don't even be understanding why we so dehydrated. Let me say that again. We get sucked dry so much, but we never understand why we so dehydrated. It's because the people that's around you that's supposed to be hydrating you is actually running the well dry. So that's why you're always dehydrated. That's why. Yeah, that part. Y'all ain't even know I was going there. But yeah, you're getting sucked dry so much that you're becoming dehydrated from the people that's around you. So I need for y'all to understand something. Stop putting yourself in the line of fire. How can I tell a good person from the bad if they pretend to be good? Let me tell you something. You be so focused on the pretending and you miss the signs of them actually pretending. See, one thing about it, let me tell you something. You can't only pretend but for so long if you really tapped in with everything that you need to be tapped into when it comes down to God. When it comes down to God, God is going to reveal everything to you. But the more you always focus on the things that could go wrong, you're going to miss the red flags of what's really going on. You feel what I'm saying? So let me tell you something. Stop focusing on the fake and start focusing on the real signs. When you focus on the real signs, guess what? That's when everything is going to be revealed to you. When you focus on the real signs. I need for you to understand, we can't be out here living on edge because of what somebody else has done to you. When you focus on the real signs. I need for you to understand, we can't be out here living on edge because of what somebody else has done to you. When you focus on the real signs. I need for you to understand, we can't be out here living on edge because of what somebody else has done to you. When you focus on the real signs. I need for you to understand, we can't be out here living on edge because of what somebody else has done to us. You feel what I'm saying? We're going to miss it every time. We're going to miss it every time. You focusing on everything that happened and everything. Let me tell y'all something. The more you live a life on the edge, the more you live your life on the edge of a cliff, you might as well go ahead and jump off every time. You want to know why? Because you're so worried about what has happened to you in your past. You're not even realizing that it's a whole bridge on the other side of the cliff. You just won't look up and walk and keep walking. You just see a cliff right there and you just want to give up. But let me tell you something. If you look a couple miles down the way, it's a bridge to cross over to get to the other side. But you so blinded by what has happened to you, you're missing the real signs. You feel me? Let's start focusing on the real signs and stop focusing on the red flags. The red flags is going to reveal itself every time if you just pay attention. Pay attention and ask God for what? A sense of discernment. See, that's one of the most powerful things. I told y'all that's one of the most powerful things I've ever prayed for in my life was a sense of discernment. That's it. That sense of discernment is real. Not even an intuition. I don't want that. That intuition ain't strong enough for me. I need that sense of discernment from the Spirit. When it come from nobody but God, you will never miss. Intuition is just a gift, a little small, some light. But what's real heavy is that godly sense of discernment. There can't nothing in this world beat that. I'm telling you right now. Woo. That's why I'm coming to you. You got to. I'm learning now that I had to understand a lot of stuff about me. I had to stop getting out of what society said about me. See, the one thing that I had to learn about thank you. One thing that I had to learn was at the very end of the day, I got to start looking out for myself because nobody's going to look out for me the way I look out for me. You feel me? And as I walk through this life, let me tell you something. At the very end of the day, whenever I need clarity, I have discernment. Discernment is key. Discernment is key. I told y'all let me tell y'all. Some of y'all, let me tell y'all something. I'm going to speak life and I'm going to pour into y'all cup right now. Some of y'all that's on this live have had everything rough in your life. Everything has been rough for you. But I'm going to tell you one thing and I'm going to tell you right now. All of that roughness and all of that pain is not going to go in vain. Because you are on a path right now where you're going, everything feel like a roller coaster. You feel sick. Everything is, listen, let me tell you something. That roller coaster ride is about to get ready to end. That roller coaster ride is about to get ready to end. And I need for you to understand something. You had to go on a couple roller coaster rides. You had to go up and down some valleys. You had to go up and down some hills in order for you to understand that I had to do all of this stuff so I can feel what the ride felt like before I got to the destination. See, I don't think people understand what I just said. You got to feel what the ride felt like before you get to the destination. That's the only reason why it's so hard for you. That's the only reason why you break down and cry the way that you do. That's the only reason why you have sleepless nights, because you had to understand, or you have to understand, that the journey that I'm going on, the journey that I'm going through right now, it's not going to go in vain. The only thing that's keeping it in vain is myself, because I have to understand that I have to go through this to grow through this. Let me say that again. You got to go through this to grow through this. The more you go through, the more you grow. That's why it's so important, and I tell people all the time, it's important for you to go through a little pain. It's important for you to go through a little struggle. It's important for you to go through all of these things. Because as you're going through, you're growing. You can't stay the same size forever. Why y'all think it's so? That's why I compare myself to a sponge. Because I was dry at first. I didn't have no type of hydration at first. But as soon as I hit that water, I expanded. Because I started to give myself more power. I started to give myself more hydration in the spirit. That's why I started to grow. I was so busy sitting down on the sidelines that I missed out on the signs that God was giving me. When it came down to my growth, I was keeping myself dehydrated. I didn't understand what was happening. All I understood was maybe I don't need to step into this water. But God said, when you fully believe, that I won't let you drown, that's when you'll step in the water. And that's when you will start to expand and grow. When you finally take that leap of faith and start believing everything that you talk about when you come to me. See, I had to understand that I had to stop trying to give everybody everything that God was giving me and start keeping it for myself. Because in order for me to find my purpose and to get where I'm going, nobody can educate me like God, because he already wrote the script of the life that I'm living. So guess who got all the answers? Guess who got all the answers? God. God. I had to understand it about myself, because I said, you know what? I had to get to a point where I had to be purposeful. I had to be pure. See, and y'all heard me when I say I had to be pure, because people mistake purity for humbleness. And let me tell you something, there's two different things. Purity and humbleness are two different things. So when people say, oh, I'm humble, no, baby, you're not supposed to say you're humble. That's something that somebody else is supposed to say about you. You're supposed to say that you're pure, because you're living a life that God has created you to live, and you're understanding the assignment over your life, because now you're understanding the pure reasoning of your purpose. Hello. Come on now. Y'all don't hear me. I need for y'all to listen, because this get real deep. Listen. The struggle made you pure. It didn't make you humble. The struggle made you pure. It didn't make you humble. See, that's one thing that I had to teach myself. I had to stop putting myself in a space that society said I should be. I'm pure-hearted, because now I understand the assignment that I have over my life, and I'm living purely. And now I have the sole purpose of what God has put me here to do. See, I done had those long nights of crying. I done had those long nights of sleepless nights. I done had those long nights of not understanding my worth. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something about your worth. The worth that you think you are, you're worth that times 10 in the eyes of God. I had to understand that as well. My worth was nothing compared to the price that God put on me, because the price that God gave me was priceless. My price was just pricey. Let me say that again. I was expensive in my own eyes. I was a little pricey. I was. But in God's eyes, I was priceless. So guess what? His value trumps mine. His value trumps mine. I was a little pricey. That's it. You know, couple million. He said, no, you priceless. You feel me? Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Sometimes, let me tell y'all, once y'all create this new life for yourself and you step into the new season, you're going to laugh at the stuff that you thought was okay back then. You're going to laugh at it. And you're going to be like, I cannot believe that I've really been sitting around here doubting myself and really putting myself on this lower pedestal when I should have been up here the whole time. That's what's going to make you mad. See, that's one thing somebody asked me. They said, Akira, what made you mad when you finally found your purpose? Because I found out that I could have been doing it a long time ago. I found out I could have been doing this a long time ago. I found out that I could have had a TikTok platform a long time ago, but I was running from it because I had people around me that wasn't pouring into me. I was so busy pouring into them, so I was running away from my own purpose, not even realizing that I'm wasting my own time. The more I keep myself from my purpose, the more angry I get, because I've seen the life and God has already given me the vision of my life already, and that's why I think that I was so mad and upset. Because I let people that wasn't even in the picture anymore to waste my time with God. See, I'm healed now, so I'm good with it. It blows your mind, because after you think about it, you like, dang, I really been wasting all of this time. My time really been ticking. And now that I'm really in my purpose, I could have been doing this because it comes so easy to me. It comes so easy to you. You just been distracted by people that wasn't supposed to be around you anyway. See, one thing that I had to learn about this life and about this purpose that I'm sitting in, living in right now, I had to understand that my time that I wasted, I'm going to get it back, but I'm going to just get it back in another way. See, one thing about it is once you start working with God and not working against God, everything that you lost, even the time that you lost, you're going to get it back. You might not get you might not get it back the way that you think you get it back, but everything that you have lost and everything that walked out of your life is going to be replaced, simply because you're working with God and not against God, because now you understand that my purpose comes from God. So that means that everything that I lost, all the time that I wasted, I am going to get that time back plus more. All right. Listen. You're going to get that time back plus more. Don't worry about the time that you wasted. Don't worry about the time that you spent in that marriage or that relationship. Don't worry about how much time your mama and your daddy, your sister, your brother then wasted in your life. Let me tell you, that does not mean anything. But what means something is you finding out who you really are. Who is Mika? Who is Kev? Who is Jade? Who is Sada? Who is Michelle? Who is John? Who is Casey? Who are you? Have you ever asked yourself, who am I? I ain't never really sat down and asked myself the question, who I am or who am I? Because you've been so lost in everybody else's sauce that you forgot that the only person that's going to go with you is you. Once that casket closed, nobody is getting in there with you. Once you leave this life, nobody is going with you. So I need for y'all to start asking yourself the question, who am I? I can be a mom. I can be a father. I can be a friend. I can be a sister. I can be a daughter. I can be a son. But outside of all that, who am I? Because see, one thing that I had to learn about me, yeah, I played that role. I played that role for a long time. But that wasn't the role that God wanted me to play. A lot of y'all got to start asking God, what role do you want me to play in this life right here? The life that you gave to me, I want to make the best of it before I leave this earth. So I need for you to understand, God, I'm asking you, what's the best way that I can make out of this life right here, right now? I'm using a lot of things and analogies because I feel like some people got to understand where I'm coming from. And y'all, let me tell y'all something. I want for a lot of y'all to ask yourself on this holiday break, if you got time after you get out of the kitchen and you cook, I need for y'all to ask yourself that question. Who am I? And I want you to write down who you think you are. When you write down who you think you are, I guarantee you, it's not going to be enough for you. You want to know why? Because everything that you write down, you're really more than that. And you're going to feel the desire because God is going to start a fire on the inside of you. And you're going to be like, oh, I left this out. Or I left that out. Yeah, you did. You left all of that out. And I need for you to understand, once you create that fire on the inside of you, you're going to start writing down some stuff. And you're going to be shocked because you don't know where it come, you're not going to know where it come from. But God is going to create that fire on inside of you so you can understand who you really are. You're not just what society or what your family or what your husband, what your wife see you as. You're somebody bigger than that. Everything that you write down, you're bigger than that. I need for you to get ready for what's about to come, because a lot of y'all are about to start to be scared, because God is about to start bringing you into seasons of your life where you're going to start to figure out, I've been trying to keep myself in this little small confined space, and God has been wanting me to be in a bigger space because he knows that that's what I deserve. I had to go through that stuff that I went through in order for me to understand I can appreciate it more now than I would back then. And that's why I had to go through all of that pain and that suffering, because now that I'm here, I can appreciate it more. I'm just saying. That's it. I'm just saying. That's it. 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 Thank you. You couldn't handle it back then. And you know one thing about this life right here? In order for you to go to these different levels, you have to go through different devils. And what I mean by that is, when I say new levels, new devils, I mean that. Every level that you get to, you unlock a new devil, because it's going to get harder and harder and harder. And it's up to you to defeat it. You cannot be defeated at the end of the day. When you become defeated, let me tell you something. You gotta start the game over. When you become defeated, you gotta start the game over. Why y'all think y'all always in situations where you gotta start from scratch? Where you gotta start all the way over? Because you were defeated and you threw in the towel. But God said just because you were defeated, you don't have to throw in the towel. But when you throw in the towel, you start the game over. So guess what? A lot of y'all done started your own game over. So guess what? A lot of y'all done started your own game over. So guess what? A lot of y'all done started your own game over. Your own game over. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all listen. It get real in the field. And I need for y'all to understand that when you surround yourself with people, with kingdom people, it's going to get easier for you. It's going to get easier for you. Absolutely. It's going to get easier for you. How do you walk away from narcissistic family? By walking away. Why do y'all, let me ask y'all a question. Why do y'all feel like as adults, you got to put up with certain things just because they're your family? Let me tell you something. If you don't break out of that mindset, you're not going to do nothing but create a toxic cycle for yourself, even in your adulthood. I need for y'all to start creating your own minds and creating your own journey. If your family don't treat you right and they're narcissistic, why are you staying there? You're an adult now. You don't have to put up with nothing that you don't want to put up with. We be so quick to walk away from strangers and friends and boyfriend and girlfriends, but we always be trying to stay by our family side. Why do we do that to ourselves? Because the family be the worst ones. You want to know why? Because the families already know that you love them, so that guess what? They're going to keep on treating you like scum at the bottom of their shoe. Simply because they know that you want that family dynamic. They know that you want to love them. They know that you want to have family gatherings and all of that. They know that about you. So I need for y'all to understand, stop creating toxic cycles expecting for it to break until you learn how to break them. They gonna break you every time. Family. Y'all know how I feel about that family word. That's one of my favorite words in my vocabulary. You want to know why? Because I had to learn that the family that you want got to be created from you. So that means your children, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, all that. We're adults now. We grown. Why are we still standing in the way of our family that don't love us anyway? Why? Make it make sense. Why are we constantly letting our family continue to disappoint us? Because of a title that they were gifted. Let me tell you something. Your mama and your daddy title was a gift. It was gifted to them. So I need for y'all to understand that gift was from God. So I need for you to understand one thing. If it was a gift and they're not cherishing the gift, then guess what? When you get up and walk away from that, you will understand at the very end of the day, if they didn't cherish the gift that God gave them, then that means that they're going to have a problem with God. They don't have nothing to do with you. If they can't cherish their daughter or their son, that means they don't have nothing to do with you. Period. Talking about family. Baby, if you don't get up and, come on now. If you don't get up and walk away from that fake family dynamic, I still don't be understanding why folks be going, you know daggone well your family do not like you, but you bring the most to the Thanksgiving dinner. Why? You know these folks don't like you. And you going all out your way to make sure everybody else straight. I just want to see everybody happy, but they don't want to see you happy though. They don't want to see you happy. They want to see you slaving in the kitchen, sweating and drowning in your own sweat while you standing over the stove and everybody in the living room chilling. Them folks do not like you. I'm just saying. Like I need for y'all to start being careful now. Even on this Thanksgiving holiday. I spoke about this earlier now. I said this earlier. I said, what did I say? I said at the very end of the day, they want to see you. They want to see you sweat. They want to see you. They want to see you broken down. They want to see you tired. Everybody in there in the living room with their outfits on, looking fly as ever, and you still walking around with some pajamas, pants on, or a moo-moo on that got a hole in it, a bleach stain in it, and everybody else is dressed, and you still in the kitchen, still cooking. Why? Why? All right. Listen. Let me tell y'all, I ain't got time to play. I ain't got time. Who? I'm telling y'all right now. I am not going to be in the kitchen all Thanksgiving. I'm not. Baby, when I'm telling you, I'm going to cook that little bird. I'm going to cook that little chicken. And that's it. I'm not about to be, no. Y'all got to stop putting yourself on the back burner for people who don't really care about you. Just because they were appointed a title does not mean that they... All right. Y'all laughing. I'm for real. I'm going to cook that little bird. And that little bird going to be in the oven. That little bird going to be in the oven. Cooking on 400. And baby, when I tell y'all, once they come out the oven, that's it. Who about to be slaving? Not me. I love family. Don't get me wrong. I love family gatherings. But if it gets to a point where it's too toxic, I ain't going. Don't call me. Don't text me. I ain't coming. Cook yourself some Thanksgiving dinner. Cook for yourself. Get you some little wine, or go to the liquor store, give you some cognac or something. Cook yourself some. You don't even like Thanksgiving food anyway. You better go to Popeyes, get you a little, you know what I'm saying? You don't even like Thanksgiving food like that anyway. Over there sweating in the kitchen. You don't even eat dressing. You don't even eat that stuff. Okay? Trying to tell you. Just want to be nosy. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Everybody want the recipe, but don't nobody want to help you cook it, though. You feel me? Everybody want the recipe, but don't nobody want to step in the kitchen and help cook it. Let me tell you something. It ain't going to be no time where I'm going to be the only one in the kitchen cooking. And what I mean by that is, that goes for relationships. That goes for friendships. That goes for actually cooking. I mean all of that. If ain't nobody else in the kitchen, with me sweating, I'm not going to be in the kitchen by myself. So if I'm the only one that's fighting for this marriage and fighting for this relationship, I'm not going to be the only one sweating. If I'm the only one that's fighting for this friendship, I'm not going to be the only one sweating. If I'm the only one that's trying to fight for this mother-daughter connection, I'm not going to be the only one sweating. If I'm the son that's trying to fight for this father-son connection, I'm not going to be the only one sweating. This season of my life, I'm not going to be the only one sweating, period. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If you ain't sweating with me, then I guess ain't nobody gonna be sweating, because I'm not about to be over here overworking myself and I'm not getting I'm not getting the right pay. Some of y'all overworking and being underpaid for no reason, simply because of a title that somebody was appointed to in your life. They were gifted that title. If they don't want to play the title right, then you got to understand, you got to get up and walk away from your cousin, your sister, your brother, whoever. If they're not giving you that same love that a brother and a sister and a cousin should, then you got to get up and walk away from it. Stop being the patch to everything that is broken. Trying to tell you. You ain't got no reason to be overworking for nothing. Nothing. I had to learn. I was over here putting all of this work in this relationship. I was over here overworking for this relationship with a person who really didn't genuinely love me. Had to cry myself to sleep. Was so busy worrying about why he didn't love me the way that I loved him. And I had to understand, baby, you the only one over here sweating for this. You the only one that's over here trying to keep y'all together. You the only one that's trying to, you know what I'm saying, make this work. And you over here overworking and being underpaid for your efforts. So now you got to get up and walk away. See, let me tell you something. One thing about it and two things for sure. When you get up and walk away, that's what's going to hurt you more than them hurting you. When you get up and walk away from the people that don't show you or don't reciprocate the love that you give them, what's going to hurt you even more is you getting up and walking away from them. Them hurting you is null and void. You actually having to get up and walk away is what's going to hurt your heart. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's like you watching somebody stand on the side of the road and you got to keep driving past them because you know as soon as they get in the car, it's going to be some mess. As soon as they get in the car, it's going to be some drama. As soon as they get in the car, it's going to be some pulling over on the side of the road with car trouble. Now, listen, you got to keep driving. That's what's going to hurt you even more. When they can't go on the ride with you. When they can't be when they can't cruise with you, that's what's gonna hurt you. Them hurting you is nothing, because you have constantly forgiven them for that. But them not going on the ride with you is what's gonna break your heart. And let me tell you something. I would much rather for your heart to be broken from yourself before somebody else break it. And the reason that I say that is because It's better when you have to heal your own heart from when you broke it than for you having to heal your heart from when somebody else broke it. I had to learn it the hard way, because I didn't understand that the more I'm sitting over here and I'm soaking in my own sorrows, the more I'm not even understanding that I had to walk away from them in order for me to start my true healing. You have to truly heal from people that you really love sometimes. And that's why it hurts you so bad, because you're healing a wound that's been open for all of these years. So however long you've been with them, that wound has been open. That's why it's hurting you so bad, because now that it's finally healing, now you're feeling all of the pain without the morphine. They were the morphine. That's why it wouldn't heal, and that's why you were going through all the pain without actually having to feel it. Hello. Have you ever noticed you cry? You cry more when folks walk out of your life. You cry more when you have to get up and when you know you done with somebody. When you know you done with them and you know you ain't never going back, you start to hurt a little bit more. You want to know why? Because now you don't have the morphine to heal the pain. You don't have the morphine to go through to go through the actual, healing process. So now you got to feel all of it. You don't have nothing to numb your pain. They're not around you anymore. All right? Let me tell y'all something. One thing about it and two things for sure. When you start to heal and you start to understand that you're stronger than what you believe, because you really don't need the morphine. All you need is yourself. Because you have to understand that at the very end of the day, your addiction to them wasn't doing nothing but concealing the strength that you already had on the inside of you to heal from this journey. See, let me tell y'all something. Sometimes we depend on other folks to help us find the strength. But when you find the strength on your own, baby, let me tell you something. When you find the strength on your own, that's when you understand that all along I've been asking God to give me strength, and I've already had it instilled inside of me. This whole time you've been dropping to your knees asking God, please give me the strength to make it through this thing. Please give me the strength to come up out of this. This whole time you've been asking for that. Not even realizing that the person that you're hanging with, the person that you're with, in a relationship with or married to, has been the one concealing your strength, because you have been depending on them the whole time. Not even knowing that you already got the strength already, baby. You already got it. It was just concealed. There was a limit on it. Listen. I'm telling y'all right now, this holiday season right here. This Thanksgiving that we're going into. Let me tell y'all. It's time for you to start making your own traditions. It's time for you to start breaking traditions. Because see, your family always think that just because they do you wrong, you still gonna show up at the Thanksgiving gathering. Not this time. Because see, y'all got me twisted. Number one. Number two, I ain't even about to be playing with myself like that. Because see, every time family do you wrong, they always want you to sweep it up under the rug. Family still family. Yeah, family still family, and they gonna always be there. And they're always gonna have to understand that you gotta give me that same respect you want me to give you. I'm not apologizing anymore in this season of my life to stuff that I ain't even did. I ain't even broke it. I ain't even broke the family ship. I haven't even broken the relationship. So I'm not not fixing nothing that I did not break. And if they can't treat me the way that I treat them, it's going to be no apologizing, because I guarantee you, it's not that I'm going to be holding a grudge. You want to know why? Because I'm just going to stop coming around. Folks kill me. Folks kill me. You just need, that's your cousin. That's your sister or your brother. You need to just call them and make up. This is holidays and y'all are still family. Y'all, listen, I don't give a daggone about no holiday. I don't give a daggone. First of all, I don't even want to celebrate Thanksgiving. That's the bottom line. I don't even want to celebrate Thanksgiving. So this just giving me the ammunition not to celebrate it. How about that? Because I ain't got time to be sitting around y'all with my best dressed outfit on, being fake with y'all, and y'all want me to forgive somebody because they didn't cross me because you want the family to be together for things. Child, please. Thanksgiving ain't nothing but a little food. I can always cook a little food for myself. I can fix turkey in the dressing. I can fix that any day of the week, to be honest. I ain't got time. Neither do you. You ain't got time either. We can always cook ourselves a little meal now. A little turkey, a little dressing. That ain't nothing. But I'm not about to be around nobody that's fake. I'm not about to constantly come around because you think that I have to apologize to people who have constantly tried me. Child, please. I fry my own little turkey wings, turkey necks, whatever you cook. I do that for myself. Child, please. We don't do nothing but eat, sit around, eat, get full, and look at each other all day. I don't gotta do that. I can stay at my own home. Let me tell y'all something. When I got my own space, that was the most dangerous thing I could have ever did. Do you hear me? When I got my own space, that was the most dangerous thing I could have ever did. Because when I tell you I can be at home in my own space, not having to worry about nobody, not having to worry about nobody getting on my nerves, not having to worry about nobody calling me or coming in my room, baby, listen, I'm good. That peaceful living, even if you living with your husband and your wife, you still peaceful. Baby, let me tell you, it ain't nothing like it. It ain't nothing like it. It get deep. When you start to be at peace in your own house, baby, please. You don't want nobody to come over there. Nope. I don't want nobody. Nope. You're not coming. You're not invited. Oh, I was just calling because I'm over here in the area. Nope. I'll holler at you. I'm minding my business. Don't come over here talking about you in the area. I ain't trying to hear it. You can be in the area all day long. That don't mean nothing. You ain't coming. Ain't nothing worth my peace. You feel me? All right. You sure right. I'm just telling you. I'm using that from now on for real. It just get real. It just get deep. Listen. Listen. I don't care who you is. I don't care who you is. Don't pop up at my house. Well, I was just checking on you. You were just coming over here to be nosy. See, you gotta watch people that act like. See, you gotta watch people that conceal their feelings for you. That because sometimes they be trying to conceal that, trying to actually be nosy. They be trying to act like they really care about you, but they just want to find something to gossip about. Baby, you can't come over here to my house. Don't be coming over here trying to act like you care about me because you be the main one talking about me. Don't come over here to my house trying to act like you trying to have a drink of wine and you listen. Because I ain't sipping. I don't want to sit with you. Don't want to talk with you. Don't come into my space. Period. Who? Baby, please. Act like they just be so concerned. Baby, you ain't concerned about me. You just want to call and have something to talk. Well, I went over there. They had, laundry everywhere. It's laundry day. I'm doing laundry. What you mean? They had little dishes in the sink. I don't know. They going through something. No, you ain't got to worry about me. You do not have to worry about me. Period. Okay? All right. When they know your business, I'm telling you, they're gonna run back and tell it. Mm-mm. 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 I don't got time. Listen, I don't want nothing dealing with no gossip, nobody else's business. Don't call me and tell me what Day and them doing down the street. Don't call me and tell me what Shay doing. Don't call me and tell me what Moo doing. I don't care. Don't call me with it. Don't call me with it. This season of my life is just about me. So if you ain't calling me about some solutions to help me, I don't want to hear it. That's why you don't invite no family members over. What? Child, please. I know a lot of people. Matter of fact, not Moo, Shay, Bam Bam. You're not coming. Period. You ain't coming over to my house. I don't know what you on. I don't know what type of spirits you got on you. See, that's another thing. Be careful who you invite in your house, because you don't know what they carry, and you don't know what spirits they bringing in your house. See, when you are in a peaceful space in your life, you can't just have everybody around you. You can't just have folks just coming in and out of your house. You don't know what these folks carry. You don't know what type of spirits they got on them. You're not coming in here and messing up my peace. Whenever you have to sage or burn candles and open your windows and open your doors after certain people leave, that's the cue of you never inviting them over to your house ever again. When you got to do all of that, that's your cue to never invite them ever again. When your house feels stuffed with spirits, after they leave your house, don't invite them people back over there, because you're putting yourself in the line of fire of spiritual warfare, because you don't know what these people are carrying. Why y'all be thinking all of a sudden you feel a certain type of way after you hang around somebody? Why y'all think every time you separate from somebody, you start feeling all of these feelings? Because you're going through spiritual warfare. Not from nothing that you did, but everything that they did. You got to be careful. Be careful and pay attention. Because even though you might want to hang around them and be around them, but your spirit is saying no. Sometimes we got to learn how to listen to our spirit before we listen to the flesh. Your spirit is going to steer you the right way. Your flesh is actually what's hard-headed. Yeah. Because your spirit is coming from nobody but God. Your flesh hard-headed. Listen. You going out with them, baby. You probably done caught 12 or 13 flats, but you still gonna go. Why? Why are you going? You done got all the signs in the world. You done got sick and everything. Oh, I'm still gonna go. I don't want nobody to feel like I don't support them. I don't want nobody to feel like, no, baby. When you start to get that discernment and that gut feeling on the inside, you better stay at home. Trying to tell you. You better stay at home. Don't be going out when you start to get sick. You got sick for a reason. It was a reason why you start cramping. It was a reason why you got a headache. It was a reason why your stomach start to hurt. It was a reason why your body feel fatigue. It was a reason why. Stay at home. Get in the bed. You ain't going nowhere. All right. Talking about I'm going out. No, you ain't. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. But no, y'all. Real quick, I'm about to wrap this up. I just wanted to come on here and kick it with y'all for a quick second. I might come on later this week so you can see my festivities this week, and I hope everybody have a great Thanksgiving. If you celebrate it, if you don't, whatever you do, enjoy your family, enjoy the fellowship, whatever you do. Listen, I love y'all, and thank you so much for all of the love and support. I really appreciate it, guys. It has been nothing but a good night. Listen. How do you know when you're under spiritual warfare? When you're dealing with feelings that you know that you ain't got yourself caught up in? When you're dealing, this is how you know you're dealing with spiritual warfare. When you're dealing with feelings and you don't know where they come from, that's how you know you're dealing with spiritual warfare. When you're in a battle that you did not sign up for, that's when you know. Yeah, I'm from the South. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. But yeah, that's how you know. When you start crying out of nowhere and your body just start breaking down and you trying to figure out why, it's because you're in a war and you're in a battle that you did not sign up for, but the person or whoever you attached to signed you up for. That's like back in the day when men had to be drafted to go to the army. They didn't sign up for that. They didn't want to do that, but they were forced to. So that means when you're forced to, you have to force yourself to deal with the emotions of it. That's why it's important to be careful who you hang around, be careful who you attach yourself to, be careful who you invite in your bedroom or whatever you do. Be careful. It's important. So anyway, like I said, but what if you're praying and that person is still around? You got to learn how to ask God. Let me tell you something. God know when you just playing. God know when you just playing, because first of all, if you're not doing the inner work to actually get them from away from you, then they're not going to get away from you. But as soon as you pray that prayer, God, remove those people out of my life that don't mean me well, and you actually mean it, that's when God is going to remove them people from you. You got to understand, you got to be serious every time that you pray. You got to be serious every time you go to God and ask him to do something for you, because you have to learn that he knows when he knows when you playing. So that means if he know when you playing, then 9 times out of 10, you can pray it all day long. But as soon as you get serious about that thing, and as soon as you get serious about that prayer, that's when he gonna remove those folks out of your life. Because now he know that you serious. See, God know when we gonna keep on going back to the toxicity. God know when we gonna keep on going back to that person trying to patch up stuff. God knows this. So guess what? If you going to stay on a cycle and you not going to really have the faith and believe that God is going to remove these people out of your life, then that's the reason why it has not happened for you yet. That's why they're still around. All right. Any more questions before I leave? Any more questions before I leave? I don't mind giving y'all no answers to no questions. Just ask. One thing about it and 2 things for sure. I want to make sure that everybody got something before they leave here today. That's my whole goal of my life. I don't come on here for gimmicks. I don't come on here for views. I don't come on here for none of that. As long as my people get what they need by the time this live ends, that's how I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Because at the very end of the day, when you come out and when you come in empty and you leave empty, then that's a problem. That's a problem for me. It might not be a problem for you, but it's a problem for me. So that's why it's important. I tell people all the time, I don't care how many people in the live. I don't care about none of that. I need for people to understand something. When you have a gift from God, you'll never run dry. You'll never run empty. So I'm always on the clock. How do we cultivate the confidence we know we have within us? When you actually know it. When you actually know that you have the confidence on the inside of you, you're not going to have to question it. When you question your confidence, then that's how you know you don't really know how much you actually got. I need for people to understand that. When you have always understood that I don't know how much confidence I have on the inside of me unless somebody say I'm beautiful or handsome, that's what makes me feel good, then you have to understand. You have to find your confidence somewhere else. Because first of all, your confidence should come from you. Come on now. Can you have negative thoughts directed at any good people in our life? Absolutely not. Nothing negative should be attached to people that's supposed to be in your life. Absolutely not. When you got people, I'm going to say this. When you got people in your life that are actually of God, you're not going to have no negative thoughts attached to them. You want to know why? Because it's going to feel genuine and it's going to feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's going to feel good to you. And you won't have to worry about it ever being negative because everything of them is positive. How do you draw near God to hear his voice? First of all, you already heard God's voice once. You just ignored it the first time because it scared you. Everybody that's on this live, you heard God one time. It's just you just ignored it because it scared you. And the reason that it scared you because you ain't never heard it before. See, a lot of us got to understand one thing about God's voice. is when he reveals who he really is, we get scared because we've never seen it before. We never heard it before. So let me tell you something. Whether you in your early 20s or late 30s or late 40s, 50s, whatever, let me tell you, you got to recognize when he's speaking to you. And he's going to speak to you at your lowest point in your life. We've always had a low point. Everybody has had a low point before. That's when God tapped in and spoke to you when you were at your lowest point, because he wanted to test and see how much faith you really had in him. See, one thing that I had to learn was when I was broken down and I didn't have the money for my rent and I was going through everything I was going through, that's when I finally discovered who God was, because I had to understand. I had to start listening and observing more than I spoke. I can speak a lot of things in my life. I can talk to God all the time, but when I'm actually sitting in silence, I can actually hear. When you hear, you get all the answers that you need. Let me see real quick. Let me read. I'm trying to read y'all questions real quick. How to manifest love? Don't think about it. How to manifest love? Don't think about it. When you think about love, you don't attract it. When you think about love, you don't attract it. You want to know why? Because you're so busy looking for the love in other people, you're not even realizing that the love that you're looking for comes from you. The love that you want for yourself comes from you. So guess what? When you stop looking for it, it's going to genuinely and fruitfully come to you with no problem. I had to learn it about myself. I had to learn that at the very end of the day, I have to stop looking for love in all of these places of my life. And I had to understand that the love that I want has to be displayed with me, from me. At the very end of the day, when you display that, it's going to be brought to you fruitfully and organically. You have to understand that if you really want to find true love, you want it to come to you organically and naturally, because it has to come from you first. All right. I'm telling you right now, y'all, it gets real in the field. You want a son with a specific man? Hey, listen. Sometimes what you want is not for you. What about when somebody reached back after you after months, but you didn't feel the same about them? Lead them where they at. See, we have to learn how to stop playing games with people that we know don't mean us well. If you know at the very end of the day that if they fell out with you and all of a sudden they're coming back around you 9 times out of 10, it's something in it for them. It's something that they want from you. It's not nothing that you can gain from them. So you have to understand at the very end of the day, they can come back all they want to, but how long are they going to stay this time? How long are they going to actually understand what you need is actually got to be something that they give you? Listen. I didn't understood the hard lesson of the more I want somebody in my life, the more I'm not doing nothing but pushing them further away. Because I will crave a relationship. I can crave it all day long, but I'm not doing nothing but pushing it further away. And that's allowing God to show me that you don't need it. That's it. That's all. You can want something all day long. You can want that relationship or the friendship, whatever it is. But the more you actually think about it and the more you try to attract it, the more God is repelling it against you. He's not going to bring it to you because you know and he know that it ain't for you. All right. Any other questions before I get off? What if 2 women want you and can't make up? You need Jesus. You need Jesus. Let me tell you something. You just need Jesus. That's all, baby. Listen, if you ever in a situation where you can't decide on who you want, then that means you need to remove yourself fully from that situation, period. Because I didn't been in that situation where I didn't had to play the field and had to play the fiddle and be on both. I ain't got time for that. If you in a situation where you can't make up your mind, remove yourself. And whoever God got for you is going to be attracted to you once you remove yourself. Stop putting yourself in the line of fire of being in between 2 people and confusing yourself. That's not doing nothing but creating tension that don't need to be. Stop creating unwanted tension, and you will understand that anybody that's for you, they're going to be attracted to you, and they're going to repel. They're going to be brought to you naturally and organically if they're really for you. All right. Keep the faith with Tori. Inbox me, Daniela. Inbox me. I would love to. Can you be my real life friend? Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me tell y'all something real quick. If you ever need me to appear somewhere or whatever, just shoot me an email. Shoot me an email. Let's talk about it. Go to my contact page on my website. Listen, it get real in the field. I'm telling y'all. Whatever y'all see right now on this live, y'all gonna get it in person. I guarantee you. I'm also having a meet and greet in February. So if you guys are ever in the Atlanta area, I'm only gonna have 75 tickets on sale. So they're gonna be first come, first serve. I'm not going to be displaying them nowhere else. I'm only gonna be promoting them on TikTok. So I'm telling y'all right now, I'm not promoting them anywhere else. So once they sell out, then that's it. So they're not gonna be pricey. They're not gonna be overbearing for your pockets. It's not gonna be none of that. It's gonna be very reasonable. So I'm looking for them to sell out in like 30 minutes once I post them and once I get on live and I start. Yeah. Anyway, in Atlanta, Georgia, February 23rd through the 26th, I think is the dates. I think 24th through the 26th. One of them. One of them. But anyway, yeah, I'm definitely gonna get my ticket. Sure, come out. If you in Atlanta area, come on. That's awesome. I wish you. I'm gonna be starting traveling after this meet and greet. I'm gonna start to come. I have a 24th through the 26th. Thank you, Mika. 24th through the 26th, I have an event committee that I'm putting together. So I'm actually looking for ambassadors in 1 per state or 2 per state. However big the state is, I need more ambassadors to sign up, because once I start to move around, I need to know what areas I'm looking into. So that's why it's important for me to have event committee ambassadors, so I'll know, okay, I can plan it here and I have a representative in this state. So I'm also looking for those too. So if you guys want to sign up for that, I can put you guys in a group chat. I do meetings with them, so all of that stuff is separate. I ain't gonna say nothing, never mind. Is the info on your website? All of that stuff, anything that's dealing with my bookings are on my website. I do not have anything on there for the event because it's getting finalized right now, and it should be rolled out maybe around the second week of December. All of that stuff is going to be final. So that's when I'm going to start posting that stuff, and I'm going to start posting the vouchers for the weekend. It's actually going to be a 3-day weekend thing. So if you want to come Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can just come kick it with me, come meet me. It's going to be very good. And listen, it's going to be wild. It's going to be very fulfilling. I'm going to make sure that everybody gets something out of it. You might come empty, but you're not gonna leave empty, I guarantee you. So we're doing that. Like, it's gonna be good. I'm excited because, first of all, I have never really seen people from TikTok. So now that I'm gonna be able to finally meet y'all and finally, talk to y'all, it's gonna be great. So yeah, that's why I'm only doing my ticket sales on TikTok. I'm not posting them on Facebook, Eventbrite, none of that. So y'all, I'm telling y'all right now, do not get scammed, because I'm not posting them anywhere other than my website. And I'm not promoting it anywhere other than TikTok Live. I'm not even going to post it on my TikTok. And when I go live, that's when I'm going to do my promotion. So I'm telling y'all right now, don't get scammed, okay? But anyway, I love you guys. It's been a great pleasure tonight. I hope everybody have a great holiday. Whatever you do, listen, be careful, be safe, don't drink and drive. Y'all enjoy y'all families, fellowship. Even if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, celebrate your family and your children. Because let me tell y'all, it's a beautiful thing to actually have people around that actually love you. So I'm all for that. So I do have to travel, so I have to I won't be on tomorrow. So I'll be traveling. So in a couple hours, actually, I'm about to get on the road. So y'all be careful. Y'all be safe. I love y'all. And thank y'all once again. It's been a great pleasure. I love coming on here talking to y'all. It's just, listen, thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Love you back. Thank you. See y'all later, guys.